Imagine that you've just embarked on a new side hustle, like starting an online business or launching a creative project. You're brimming with excitement. Your workspace is perfectly organized. You've invested in courses to boost your skills, and you've poured hours into planning and marketing. The anticipation is electric. And as you wait for the results to roll in, but then reality hits. The progress isn't matching your expectations, no matter how much effort you put in. You're not seeing the results you hoped for. Doubts start to creep in. Have I wasted all this money? What am I doing wrong? Why isn't anything working? Am I just not good enough? Why don't people seem interested? It's easy to get caught up in a spiral of frustration and self-doubt. I experienced this firsthand when I started my arts and crafts club. I spent a whole month planning, marketing, setting up my space, and distributing flyers. On launch day, I was excited to see the sign-ups, but no one joined. I was devastated. My mind raced with questions. Had I wasted my investment? What was I doing wrong? Was I not good enough? As a school counselor and therapist who uses art and play to foster physical, mental, and emotional wellness, I've learned that setbacks are a natural part of any journey. It's not just about how much effort you put in, it's also about how you perceive and handle those challenges. My own experience with my arts and crafts club taught me that shifting my mindset can be a powerful tool in overcoming obstacles. So why do so many people struggle to fully embrace learning and effort, even when they're giving their all? Let's dive into this question and explore how understanding and adjusting our mindset can make all the difference in achieving our goals. One of the biggest barriers to embracing learning and effort is the fear of failure. This fear can be paralyzing, making us avoid new challenges and opportunities. It's natural to feel anxious about failing, but it's important to understand that failure isn't the end. It's the essential part of the learning process. For example, I applied for a new job and started to visualize myself preparing for the job interview. I worried about how to answer questions about your weaknesses. Instead of viewing this as a chance to highlight my shortcomings, I considered it a moment to showcase my growth mindset. I imagined saying something like, I don't focus on weaknesses. Instead, I see every challenge as a learning opportunity. Each experience, whether successful or not, helps me improve and adapt. This shift in my mindset from viewing failure as a negative outcome to seeing it as a valuable learning experience can make a significant difference. When I was working on my arts and crafts club, I initially faced setbacks. Well, I'm still facing those setbacks and feeling like a failure. Instead of giving up, I've decided to experiment and make adjustments. I switched from offering classes at $80 a month to $20 for a drop-in class, allowing people to come whenever they wanted, with advanced booking, of course. This approach should help me reach more people and adapt to their needs, but I'm still having to experiment in that area. Here's a few strategies that can help you overcome the fear of failure. Number 1, reframe your failure as learning. View each failure as a chance to gain insight and improve. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Number 2, set realistic goals. Break down those goals into smaller, manageable steps, and this way you can measure your progress and build confidence gradually. Number 3, experiment and adapt. If something isn't working, try new approaches, like my shift in the drop-in class. Find ways to adjust your strategy based on feedback and results. And 4, celebrate small wins. Recognize and celebrate your achievements along the way. This can help you to stay motivated and focused. And number 5, practice patience and consistency. Understand that success takes time. Be patient, stay consistent with your efforts, and take it day by day, month by month. Number 6, reflect and adjust. After a failure, take time to reflect on what went wrong and adjust your strategies accordingly. I've also created some videos specifically on overcoming fear that dive deeper into these strategies, and I'll show them after this video, so be sure to check them out if you're looking for more insights. Remember, the fear of failure can hold us back, but by shifting our mindset and viewing failure as a learning opportunity, we can transform these challenges into stepping stones towards success. Let's embrace learning and effort with a positive, growth-oriented approach. Another major challenge many face when embracing learning and effort is the lack of immediate results. In our fast-paced society, we often expect quick success, but reality doesn't always match those expectations. Imagine starting a new project or venture with enthusiasm and high hopes. You put in the work, launch a blog, start a fitness routine, or invest in a new skill. After a few weeks, when you don't see the progress you anticipated, it's so easy to feel discouraged. You might think, am I doing something wrong? Why aren't I seeing any results yet? Maybe I'm not cut out for this. These thoughts are common, but they can be misleading. For instance, when I launched my arts and crafts club, I spent a month promoting it, distributing flyers, and setting up the space. But results were slower than I hoped. Studies show that it typically takes about 7 to 10 exposures to a product or service before people start to build trust and consider engaging with it. A month of promotion might seem long to us, but it's often just the beginning of establishing that connection. It's important to recognize that real progress and trust takes time. Here are some strategies to handle the lack of immediate results. First, set long-term goals. Break your larger goal into smaller ones that are more manageable milestones, and celebrate those small wins to keep your motivation high and track your progress. Number 2 is to adjust your expectations. Understand that achieving meaningful progress often takes longer than anticipated. The road to success is rarely a straight line, and patience is key. Number 3, track your progress. Keep a journal or a log of your efforts and improvements over time. Documenting your journey can help you see how far you've come and keep you motivated. Number 4, focus on the process. Rather than fixating solely on the end result, concentrate on the daily actions and habits that actually contribute to your goal. Embrace the journey and the growth that comes with it. Number 5, embrace patience. Accept that success is built over time. The effort and persistence that you put in now are laying the groundwork for future achievements. Recognizing and accepting that progress takes time can significantly impact how we handle challenges. This leads us to our next topic, the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So let's explore how adopting a growth mindset can transform your approach to learning and to help you embrace effort more effectively. Now, let's dive into our next topic, the difference between fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and how this mindset shift can impact our approach to learning and effort. A fixed mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence are static and unchangeable. People with a fixed mindset often think, I'm either good at something or I'm not, and they tend to avoid challenges that might expose their weaknesses. They might say things like, I'm just not good at math, or I'll never be able to paint well. In contrast, a growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges, new failures as opportunities to learn, and believe that their efforts will lead to improvement. They might say, I'm not good at math yet, but I can improve with practice, or I'm learning to paint and I'll get better with each attempt. Here are some key differences. A fixed mindset avoids challenges, gives up easily, sees effort as fruitless, feels threatened by other success, believes abilities are static, while a growth mindset embraces challenges, persists through difficulties, sees effort as a path to mastery, finds inspiration in other success, and believes abilities can be developed. When I was developing my arts and crafts club, I faced several setbacks. Initially, I felt frustrated and thought maybe I just wasn't cut out for this. But then I realized that this was a perfect opportunity for me to embrace a growth mindset. So instead of seeing the setbacks as failures, I saw them as a chance to learn and to adapt. I focused on what I could improve, experimented with different approaches, and reminded myself that growth comes from persistence and adaptation. Here are some strategies that can help you cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace those challenges. So instead of avoiding the difficult tasks, see them as that opportunity to learn and grow. Number 2, learn from criticism. Use constructive feedback as the tool for improvement. Reflect on what you can learn from the feedback rather than viewing it as a negative judgment. And number 3, celebrate your effort. Recognize and reward yourself for the effort that you put in, not just in the outcome. Understand the effort is the crucial part of the learning process. And reflect on growth. Regularly reflect on how far you've come. Acknowledge the progress you've made and the skills that you've developed through your hard work. Stay curious. Maintain a mindset of curiosity and openness. Ask questions and seek out new information and be willing to explore new ideas and strategies. Adopting a growth mindset can significantly change how you approach learning and effort. By focusing on development and embracing challenges, you can transform obstacles into opportunities. Another factor that can hinder embracing learning and effort is the comfort with the status quo. When things are going well enough, it can be easy to stay in your comfort zone and avoid the discomfort of change or growth. Imagine you're in a job or a situation where everything is just okay. It's not terrible, but it's not particularly exciting either. You might think, why should I push for more or try something new? This is comfortable and safe. It's tempting to stick with what you know because it feels secure. This is similar to how I felt when I applied for a new job recently. I wasn't looking for a new job, but something opened up that seemed to fit exactly with what I would love to do. I got really excited, but also thought how much easier it would be to just stay put with the familiar. I decided to take the leap anyway. My chances are probably not high anyway. Actually, I didn't get the job. And at the filming of this video, I didn't know what would come of that decision. But sticking with the status quo can limit your growth and opportunities. When you're comfortable, you might avoid taking risks or pursuing new challenges. This resistance to change can prevent you from reaching your full potential and discovering new possibilities. For instance, when I was developing my arts and crafts club, I initially felt comfortable with my standard approach. I'd set up my classes and promoted them, but progress was slow, and I realized that my comfort with the status quo was holding me back from exploring new strategies and reaching more people. And I'm probably stuck there right now, to be honest. But here's some ways that I'm going to work on overcoming that comfort with the status quo and push for growth within this next month. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to set goals that push myself out of my comfort zone and embrace opportunities that challenge my current way of thinking and doing things. I'm going to seek new experiences. So try different activities and learn new skills or explore different areas related to your interest. These experiences can provide fresh perspectives and spark creativity. I might seek out help. I'll get to that one. Embrace change. Recognize that while being uncomfortable, growth can lead to change and improvement. And number 4, reflect on your goals. Regularly assess your goals and progress. If you're not advancing as much as you'd like, consider whether you're staying too comfortable and what changes might help. While overcoming comfort from the status quo is important, it's also essential to address the lack of support or resources, which can significantly impact your ability to embrace learning and effort, which with this arts and crafts club, I will be seeking out help from the club that I bought the material from. So now let's talk about another significant barrier to embracing learning effort, and that's the lack of support and resources. So when you don't have the necessary support or resources, it can feel like an insurmountable obstacle that hinders your growth and progress. So imagine you're working towards a goal, whether it's starting a new project, learning a new skill, or pursuing a personal development journey. Without the right support or resources, it's easy to feel stuck or overwhelmed. You might think, I don't have the right tools, I don't know where to turn to for help, or I'm doing this alone. This challenge can create additional barriers and make progress seem even more difficult. So when I was working on my arts and crafts club, I initially faced difficulties because I didn't have enough resources or support. It was challenging to find the right materials, and I lacked guidance on how to attract more participants. This situation created additional stress and made it harder to move forward. However, there are effective strategies to overcome these barriers and find the support and resources that you need. You can always reach out for help from me if you need to. By actively seeking out support and utilizing these resources, you can overcome these barriers and continue working towards your goals. Remember, persistence and creativity and finding solutions can make a significant difference in your journey. So let's recap what we've covered today. We've explored how fear of failure, the lack of immediate results, and comfort with the status quo can hinder our growth and effort. We've also discussed how a lack of support and resources can create additional barriers, and most importantly, how we can overcome these. First, we talked about overcoming the fear of failure by shifting your mindset to view failures as learning opportunities and practicing self-compassion. Then we discussed how the lack of immediate results can lead to frustration, but with patience and realistic understanding of how long processes take, you can stay motivated and persistent. And finally, we addressed the importance of stepping out of your comfort zone and finding the support and resources that you need to move forward. Whenever I'm feeling discouraged, my family will always give me a group hug and tell me how great and wonderful I am doing. So remember these: embrace learning, be patient with results, seek support and resources, keep pushing forward, stay resilient, and never be afraid to seek out the support that you need. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to see more videos. You don't want to miss my future content. And I'd love to hear from you. So drop a comment below sharing your thoughts on overcoming these challenges, or let me know what topics you'd like to see next. Thank you for joining. Go out there and master your next moment.